It's your girl Shalae, and I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the child tax credit, states actually having a child tax credit, and more. So if you want to know what is going on in the lovely world of taxes, you've come to the right place. All you got to do is stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey, friend. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel, we discuss shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below, and you're in just like. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like, especially if you love me bringing this content to you. Now, guys, if you are an EBT recipient or not, grab you some Amazon Prime. It is free on your girl, okay? All you have to do is go ahead and click the link above or in the description box. All right, guys, so did you see the news about the child tax credit? Yes, it has came out. Finally, we have the child tax credit that has been approved, but let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, so let's go ahead and kick things off with the child tax credit because the IRS commissioner is urging everyone to not wait and file your taxes right now. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. We all know that the IRS began accepting tax returns on Monday, January 29th. And once you have submitted that return, you can actually check your refund status 24 hours later after you e-filed the current year. Now, as this tax season kicked off, we know Congress has been going back and forth with the child tax credit. And it was like it doesn't matter when it gets passed because the package is retroactive, which means that they'll go ahead and be able to boost that child tax credit for 2023. But so many people have so many lingering questions, and this is even coming from tax professionals on how to handle these tax law changes, especially for those who have already filed early or will continue to file, because some people are like, look, this could be a waste of our time, right? If you file your return and then find out that you're entitled to a bigger tax credit, of course you're going to have to amend that tax return. But guys, come a little closer, a little bit closer. This is where the IRS commissioner said, look, if there is a change that impacts your return, we will make that change. We will also send you an update, whether it's an additional refund or otherwise, without having to take any additional steps. So this is great news, right? Don't be calling, getting on your tax preparer nerves. The IRS is going to handle it. They have already confirmed plans to make necessary systems update about around the 6-week mark or even the date of enactment as well. So it doesn't matter. When they approve it, you still will be able to get your money. Now, by law, filers that are claiming the child tax credit or earned income tax credit, you won't receive your refunds until about February 27th at the earliest if you have went on and filed. So let me know down in the comments below, have you already filed your taxes? Did you file early? Did you wait until Monday, January 29th? As well as what do you think about now February 27th with your money? But also, speaking of child tax credits, guys, there are certain states that are implementing their own child tax credits. So when you go to file your taxes for the federal side, you'll be able to get additional money on your state side. For example, in New Mexico, eligible families can claim up to $25 to $600 per qualifying child. Now, this credit is based on your income gradually, as well as it decreases as your income rises. So this new child tax credit in New Mexico is expected to provide about $180 million for a total of about 292,000 families statewide. So the child tax credit can be claimed. I'll put the table on here for New Mexico to see how much money you'll get. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Maine. For their child tax credit, if you worked in 2023, you'll qualify for extra credits as well. Now, this is supposed to help people afford like the rising costs in essentials, whether it comes to food, shelter, clothing as well. And eligible families, as long as you file your tax return by Wednesday, April 17th, you will get these tax benefits as well. Now, this is according to a news release by Cash Maine. So households in Maine can receive up to $2,000 for each child under the age of 17 years old, as well as up to $1,600 for the child tax credit that is already available for those that have earned more than $2,500 in 2023 as well. Now, they do have as well where adults with an individual taxpayer identification number issued by the IRS who has a child, of course, with a social security number in your household, then they could be eligible for the credit as well. So we have Maine, we have New Mexico. We also have where Vermont is giving families up to additional $1,000 per child as well. Now, Vermont, I want to say, started this last year in 2023, but their child tax credit is worth $1,000 per child for children under the age of 5, and it is fully refundable, meaning that families would qualify for a refundable credit, and the amount is larger than the tax that they owe as well. So now, they will receive a refund for the difference as well. But for example, like if a family owes like $800 in taxes and then you qualify for the $1,000 tax credit, then you're only going to receive that $200 refund. Now, in Vermont, the state also recommends that like grandparents, foster parents, or anyone that's caring for siblings or other relatives check their eligibility with the IRS. But we have like lawmakers in Colorado, Maine, Maryland, New Mexico, New York, New Jersey. They have all expanded their respective child tax credits this year as well. So 14 states right now will offer child tax credits to go ahead and offset those rising costs and inflation, as well as just raising children. I mean, it's hard out here. It is hard to raise a child, says the person who doesn't have any children. But also, while they're doing the child tax credit in Connecticut, they're trying to push to make their child tax credit permanent. So right now, there are welfare advocates that are making a case for their child tax credit to go ahead and be permanent. And they said that, this temporary child tax credit that qualifies for families within their state, they originally used the COVID relief dollars, but they have expired. And they're like, we have money to still continue to help out these families. So their temporary credit that they are providing is a rebate up to $750, which is $250 per child up to 3 children. Now, the credit recipients often, they use this funds for whatever they want to use it for, but they're like, hey, even though we don't have any COVID relief money, we can go ahead and make this permanent and pay those residents in our state and help those families within our state for a lifetime, right? And I think that's the way to go as well. Now, in Pennsylvania, I did notice that there was a Senate bill that would allow parents to collect up to $8,000 in tax credits, and they were looking at this for daycare, childcare, and even nannies. Okay, the rich and famous Pennsylvania. But the Child Dependent Care Tax Credit Enhancement, this right now is a proposal that was written by Senator Bob Casey, and he is working to allow working parents to recoup up to half your child care costs, whether that's from a daycare center, after school care program, summer camps, or even something that's like less than formal arrangements, such as having a nanny as well. And so he's trying to get it passed where you guys can get up to $16,000. That would be the maximum credit that the family can receive for a child or dependent person, up to $4,000 per child, and capped at $8,000 in tax credits overall. So once again, this is in Pennsylvania. It's a proposal right now for families that would make like over $400,000. They would actually be phased out of the child tax credit eligibility, but the current credit limits recipients right now to $600 per child or $1,200 per family. So you can see states are really stepping up, adding their own money. Drop down in the comments below and let me know if your state was actually listed and what do you think. But let's go ahead and move on to your tax refund, because the IRS is saying that most taxpayers this year, they will receive their refunds within 21 days. So that means if you filed your taxes on January 29th, the earliest day possible that you will receive your tax refund is on February 19th. Now, that is not a guarantee, guys, right? The agency warns that some returns may take a little bit more time to review, extending past that 21-day period. But as of right now, they don't have a backlog at all. And so they're like, it's really important to understand that this is a 21-day turnaround, and it applies to people who filed their taxes electronically. Let me say that again. If you filed your taxes electronically for paper returns, I don't know why you do that, but for paper returns, they can take much longer for the IRS to process. And they said that most taxpayers will receive their refunds within 21 days. That is if you have filed your taxes on Monday, January 29th. Now, also, guys, don't forget, you don't have to file your taxes with the tax preparer. The IRS does have a free file system where you can go in there and file taxes for free as well. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything, and you can e-file it if you know what you're doing, okay? Like, I only got like 16 weeks of my H&R Block class. But I'm just saying, you know, if you think that you could do it yourself, don't pay these people. Okay, go onto the IRS free file and, you know, go ahead and do exactly what you need to do. Now, the best way for you to obviously check the status of your refund is to visit the IRS website, which is the Where's My Refund online, or you can go to irs.gov, or you can go to the IRS To Go app as well. Now, with tax season underway, the IRS is warning about the criminal scams that are going on. So we all know that every tax season comes scam season, right? So the IRS criminal investigation is urging taxpayers to protect yourself from scams. That means avoid getting scams as well. The agency said that people should not use preparers who promise you a large refund or a big refund. Of course, you need to use like a reputable tax professional who signs and enters your the tax identification number as well on your tax return, and provides you a copy of your tax return for your records. As well as they said, never just sign any blank forms as well. The IRS, of course, will never send you like any emails, links, or attachments, or any unsolicited text messages, okay, about your tax return or those claiming to be from the IRS. So the emails more than likely will be fraudulent, include like malware, any type of compromised personal information. Just put it this way, okay? The IRS is not going to contact you by email or text message or a pigeon or even social media, guys. They have your personal information, your financial information. If they need to contact you, it's usually through correspondence. The only people they're going to reach out to you is scammers. And yeah, this is what we have, guys. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you awaiting your tax refunds as well? I mean, it has been a long year, a hard year. Everything is so expensive. So I understand if you've already filed your taxes. I have not filed mine just yet. I should be receiving some of my W-2s before the end of this week. And I'm going to file. I'm going to file, but we'll see how this goes. But let me know, what do you think about your tax refund? Have you already checked the status of it to see if it's there? As well as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye, guys.